How you doing, everyone? Welcome to the channel. And there's no theatrics, no grand entrance, nothing. Just me and my voice. No subs, no likes. Just doing it to serve others and to let others know what I'm doing and what I'm doing over here on this channel. I just want y'all to know that this symbol that's splashed across the screen, I want you to take a good look at it. If you're driving, listening, just peep at it, keep moving. But take a look at it later. Because from now on, when you see this symbol, you know what this is all about. This symbol is not just a slogan or something cool to say. M.A.D Ministries. It's a way of life. And if you're not into spirituality, then this channel won't be for you, because it will discuss a lot of spirituality and it will discuss a lot of things about life. And I want this video to be more about where I'm coming from and where I'm headed, and maybe I can get it in on here or in future videos what I'm about. I have no script, straight freestyling. Just wrote down a couple things to remember to say. But the Word of God says that, and it's right here in 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and 11, lest Satan should get an advantage over us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And that M.A.D, what you see, that M.A.D, that's mad at the devil. That's what that M.A.D means. And when you look at that logo, like I said, it's not just a slogan. It's not just something cool to say, but it's a way of life. There's also another verse over in Ephesians chapter 6 and 12, where it says, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places." You have no idea how hard it is for me to start this channel. I felt like every force has been trying to come against me to stop this or not start a channel, and the biggest fight that I held, which I constantly would cry out to God about, is fear. Everybody had their vices. And that one right there cripples me every time. Because, you get I'm not good enough. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Or I need to do it this way. Or I need to get this done first. Or get that done first. Trying to be perfect. But I was like, I'm tired of fighting. It's time to get up. It's time to do what I was called to do and keep it pushing. Because you see Lucifer, and he goes by many names. You got Satan, hater of good, devil, Satanel. He's not to be taken lightly. See, that symbol you see splashed across your screen right now, it's of what I am in the spirit when it comes to the forces of evil. And I don't do none of this in the flesh. That's why it said we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. This is all spiritual. And it's saying beyond this Christian walk, it's a spiritual at its core. That's why I left it white or clear, because you can't see the spirit. Because you see, Satan, he's only around because God or Yah, whichever name you choose to call him, he's only around because of God's mercy. That's the only reason he's still walking around doing what he do. But that don't mean that God is not displeased with him and wants to do away with his antics and wants to get rid of him. Because we all know, if you've been in any church or have you ever read any words of the Bible, we all know that he has an end that's coming. We all know that he has a time that's winding up. And we all know that he's doing everything in his power to bring as many people down with them. But one thing you better be sure, that he cannot do anything without God's approval. See, the kingdom of heaven is in a constant battle against him and his forces. A constant battle. A battle you don't even see. But you know it's going on because you can also see it in the physical realm. You see the works of good and evil now, especially nowadays where we're in our last days, where everything is upside down. The good is bad and the bad is good. And it will get worse before it get better. But it's a fight to the finish right now. And that's why I call it, and I know God gave it to me, mad at the devil. And the ministries, I know when you look at it, it look like it says mine, but ministries mean ministry and industry coming together to serve others. See, one of the reasons I started this channel was the simple fact that ministry and industry needs to become one. And the reason I put it that way is because, and I'm not talking about the present industry, I'm talking about starting a new one. Not creating a wheel but there's too many of us running around with gifts. Too many of us running around with abilities, talents, God-given gifts. But too many of us are taking our gifts and we're giving them to the world. We're giving them up. We're giving them over. This ain't just talking about those who walking in the faith, those who in the church. This is talking about those who have a strong belief in the Most High God and his son, Jesus Christ, or Yeshua. We all have abilities and talents. That we need to come together. We need to talk amongst one another. How can we use our gifts to further advance the kingdom? Because you see, Mad at the devil means it's action for me. Because if you look all around YouTube, majority of people are talking. Majority of people are just starting channels just to talk about what's going on and show videos and clips and things of what's going on, which is good. I'm not knocking that, because a lot of it is very good and very informational. But we're in a time of action. The laborers are few. And I know there's a lot of you out there who may wrestle like I do, who feels like, you're at your time's end, or you don't feel worthy enough, or you got this and that going on, and you feel defeated, or you feel like you have used your talents, or you feel like giving up. But you see, our gifts was given to us to serve. Yes, your gifts will make room for you. Yes, that is true. Yes, you can use your gifts to monetize, to make a living. But to really go against the kingdom of hell, there's got to be people that's willing to stand on something. Put money behind something. Put talents behind something. Like, for instance, music, which is my gift that I know God gave me, which I have been doing for many years. And music is one of them industries that need to be done over. Let's just use that one right now. That's one of them industries where you can find a bunch of people that do different things that could get this thing going, rocking. You mean, because I never could understand why out in the secular world is what they want to call it, or what you hear it's being called. They put money behind what they do. They put talents, they put their gifts behind it. And they make sure it's excellent. They make sure it's on point. But it's hard to see that on the other side. It's hard to see that when it comes to the Most High God. That people are putting their gifts, putting their money, putting their knowledge, putting their talents behind it and being sincere with it. Some of you out there got all kinds of gifts. Some of you out there are very intelligent in certain things. Some of you are good with your hands. Some of you are good with creating things. Some of you are good at serving. Some of you are good at leading. When are we going to get upset? When are we going to get angry enough to see what's going on? We see our kids are being taken through the industry. We see them being manipulated. There's a battle going on right now. And it's a battle for souls. It's the Most High's job to save souls. It's our job to help get them there. But when we sit back and we let the world do everything better, and then a lot of times we want to come behind them and do what they do, look like them, sound like them, be like them, but we sprinkle it with, Christianity or spiritualism, and it's not effective enough. It's not effective enough. It's going to take a lot of action. It's going to take recreating things. It's going to take starting something new and people getting behind it and not looking for something out of it. We got to get to the point where if you're at a place in your life where you can give, let's work on doing that. If you're at a place where, you have made all your money, you're pretty much settled, you can still do two things at once. You can give. You could donate your knowledge. You could donate your talent. You can throw your ideas out there. It's going to take a movement. The Most High God would deal with the spiritual side of it. This earth belongs to humans. Christ gave us that back when he died. We got authority back. But Satan don't want us to know that. He constantly keeps us distracted with so many different things, so many different objects, items, sounds, visions. He keeps us distracted. But we have the power through Christ. Greater he that's in you than he that's in the world. We got to stop looking at the word of God as just some book of just things to tell us how to walk, man. This book is power. It's power. It's his word. All his promises are being fulfilled. I noticed one of the first videos, and I'm just talking and just trying to get you to understand what, like I said, what that symbol means. Because I'm going to make sure it's everywhere. I'm going to make sure everybody knows what it is. Because what it says, God gave me that years ago. Years ago, I was like in my young 20s when I first brought that to the scene. But then I had to go through some things. God had to allow me to go through some things. Because one thing I asked him for was his wisdom. I had to go through some things. I had to understand that it's more than just, because I started out Christian rapping. So he wanted me to know that, it's more than just yelling it across the stage. And no, you say mad at the devil, he's coming for you. That's why when I say mad at the devil, I say it in the name of Christ. I don't do it in the flesh. That don't work. He will eat you alive. But through Christ, he has given us the power back. We can't let him do whatever he wants on this planet. Too much is happening now. When God created man, we were the rulers of the planet. We were the ones. It was our domain. But when Christ came and died, it was given back, that we became rulers with him. So you're right. We need to be angry because he's in our place. You in the way. Because when the Most High come back, he's not coming back a happy man. He is coming back in wrath. You got to think about how angry the Most High is at everything that's been messed up. Starting with this one. Starting with Satan himself. Because it all started with him. How much God had to work. How much he had to put things in place to make sure that redemption happened. How much he had to make sure things are done correctly when he didn't even have to. You ever think about it like that? Yes, he's all knowing. Yes, he knew it was going to happen. But it don't take away that he had to do it. It don't take away that he had to work and make sure it gets done. It don't take away that he didn't want it to happen. He made us in his image. So think about yourself. You come, you build a house, you build your family. And you got that one child that just constantly, till you have to put them out. And I'm talking about a grown child. That you know what I mean. But still, that one child, even when they're young, constantly going around talking to the other angels, telling them, oh man this, oh man that. No, I think, if you make me king, I'm going to give you this. I don't think he's doing it right. I don't understand why this. We know those kind of people. That sows discord. One of the things God hates. But you know what? I just wanted this to be my first video. I wrote a few things down, didn't know what I was totally going to talk about, but like I said, that symbol, it represents anger. Especially being a musician myself, I hate what's going on in the music industry. There's a new one that needs to be started where people can use their talents to serve. And I'm going to have a lot more content going in on that, on, different types of music and what different types of music that has not worked, or a certain type of music that is wrong, So I'm going to have a lot more content coming up on that. But I just wanted to introduce myself and just let y'all know that this is what it is. So when you see that symbol, you know that it's mad at the devil. Ministries, where ministry and industry come together. Like I said, if you're not spiritual, or you don't care to hear about the word of God, or you don't care to hear that I am a believer in him, it's okay. You don't have to listen. But I want you to pray for me as I pray for you all, that this thing keeps going and that you be encouraged to use your gifts for the Most High, to serve others with it, especially if you're in a place where you can. Especially if you're in a place where you can give out information, where you can help others. And I also will bring up other things that I want to get started, but I will let you know. So I'm going to sign out right now, and I just want you all to be encouraged. You know what I'm saying? Stay mad.